Who are you giving credit to on your weight loss journey now that you've introduced a GLP-1? Are you thinking of it as one of the many tools that you're using? Or are you looking at it as the sole reason that you're successful and that you can lean on that more than anything else that you ever tried because by taking the medication, the scale's going down? How are you looking at it? Or somewhere in between? I want you to think about that actually while we're talking about this because it's important. Because the thing is if you're saying that it's the medication, well, then you're handing over the responsibility and the credit for the actions that you're actually taking to the medication. And I feel like it would be very easy to look at that and say, okay, it's not me, it's the medication. So then all these actions and habits that you've done over the years, and you've been successful at varying levels, I would say, right? You've had success, but you're now giving all of that credit and all of the success to the medication, which, I mean, it would be very easy to think, well, without the medication, I can't lose or maintain this. So then you're just taking the medication, right? Um, so I really think it's important to remember the entire toolbox because my interest is that you're able to build your own forever active lifestyle because it is very important that you're staying active in a way that you enjoy and that you're eating in a way that you're not feeling guilty or anxious about for the rest of your life because the longer you're able to stay active, I believe the better quality of life that you're going to have. So it goes well beyond just the number on the scale. Um, it's I know past struggles from a lot of people. The most because I've over the years, guys, I've had I've worked with, I've had interactions with, and conversations with people that have lost weight just about any possible way that you could think of. Every possible diet, every possible tool, procedures, all of it. And what what happens is they attribute the results solely to that tool. And once they do that, if that tool isn't working to the level that they want it to, they feel powerless. And I think now, I mean, with medication, I think it can be an even slipperier slope. But the logic has always been, well, I hadn't been able to lose this weight before, and now I have insert tool, insert diet, insert whatever here. Now I can do it. So the stuff that I did before wasn't working for me, but this now is. And what people neglect to remember is the times that they've lost the weight and kept it off for maybe, months or years even. And then it came back because their life changed, their priorities changed. They did fall back into habits and routines that didn't help them maintain the weight loss. Now it's a whole nother topic that maybe with what life was throwing at them, that managing their weight wasn't top of mind. Now again, I just told you that having an active lifestyle that works for you is important so you can do this stuff for the long term. I will also tell you that as we go through life, we have a lot of different stages and a lot of different things that we do. And fitness and weight loss and weight management isn't always going to be the top priority. And that's for each and every one of us. So, but that. You know that because you've gone through life. You've gone through the ups and downs. You see this stuff for what it is. And, I believe underneath all this stuff, you yes, I said you're responsible for the weight loss and the weight management, but you're also capable of doing this. You have everything inside you that you need. You have the experience, you have the context of your life. And I don't want, I don't want you to outsource that belief or punt it to the medication, because then it's like, well, without the medication, I can't do that. And I don't think that is setting you up for success long term. So, it's, I just don't want you to lose sight of that. I just don't want you to lose sight of the of what you are actually in control of and what's actually important here. Because see, here's the other thing, and this is so tough because so much of the weight loss industry is focused and fixated on the results, the outcomes, but the outcomes are given by are delivered by the actions you take, the habits and the routines. You know that, right? The thing that's going to be a little bit different, and this is where I approach it from with your level of fitness. And again, this is based off of, I told you about my background in fitness. I also have worked in marketing and advertising for about as long as I've been in the fitness industry. That's actually what I went to school for, is marketing and advertising. I've worked in agency, corporate. I've done a lot. I've seen a lot. I know what the fitness and weight loss industry does. So, when it's the industry pushes the outcome because you can't directly control the outcome. Now, the actions lead to the outcome, but what the story that we tell ourselves, and that's what if you think about it, that's what marketing is. Marketing is a story. Marketing is where you take a product, a service, or an idea, and you position it in a way to where the audience that you're targeting feels some kind of way and has some kind of emotional investment in the message that you're saying. And the emotional message that I want is that I'm trying to package and sell to you every time you see a piece of content from me, is that you have everything that you need to actually build the lifestyle that works for you. You can follow through on the actions, and what we're working to untangle is what this mess of an industry has done to about how you feel about your confidence and competency level to actually do this stuff. You are somebody that has done the diet and weight loss stuff for probably most of your life. You know your life better than anybody else, but somehow the industry and the people in it will convince you that they know more about what's going to work for you than you do. And I don't think that's true. I think there are some sound principles to building a foundation, like start with your preferences, start with what you actually enjoy, because that's going to be the easiest thing to be consistent with. Take your time and figure out how to fit, the variety of workouts and the variety of foods, but you got to start with your preferences. If you don't know what you like, putting a bunch of new stuff in there and putting a deadline on it is not going to lead to anything more than short-term results. And what it's going to lead to more than anything is you getting frustrated and feeling like you don't know what to do. And then the industry is going to say, here's a new diet, here's a new tool, here's the thing. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Think about it. This is how it's gone for you for a very long time, right? I say that again as somebody that's been in the space for a while, and before that, going back to childhood, have had my own issues with how I view eating, exercise, and myself. It took me until my 30s until I started to figure all of this out. And again, I went to school for this stuff, guys. So don't don't punt the identity. Don't shift the responsibility and the capability to the medication. The medication is a tool. It's a wonderful tool that it's probably helping you lose weight that you never thought you'd lose. You and your doctor are working through this. That's wonderful. But underneath all of this is you, a person that is confident and capable and is absolutely able to do this stuff. So I know in the short term the medication is doing stuff that you probably never experienced. Wonderful things for your weight loss. But in the long run, it is going to come down to the tools and skills that you have developed. But you have those. You totally have everything you need inside you. And the stuff that I have for you, I've got a framework and structure that you can apply around the stuff that you do. So go to yourlevelfitness.com, check out the framework, go to yourlevelfitness.com/framework, sign up for the journal prompt emails because it is all about connecting with yourself and how that inner relationship works, and building an inside out life is what I call it. So check that stuff out. But that is what I have for you. So if you're listening on the podcast and you're brand new, welcome. If you like what you're hearing, please go ahead and subscribe. Once you're subscribed, please rate and review wherever it is that you're listening. That helps get the message out. And then share this with somebody that you think might also enjoy listening to it. If you're watching on YouTube, talking to you now, welcome. If you like what you're seeing, please go ahead and subscribe, and then share the video with somebody that that you think would also like to watch it. YouTube is also telling you that you would like this video right here. Check that out. But again, don't spend too much time going down the rabbit hole of content. Work on connecting with yourself, living your life. Time moves super fast, guys. But anyway, that is what I have for you. Thank you as always for listening and watching. I'll talk to you again real soon.